Skyrim 5 as some people call it. Or was it Elden Ring? This is a bit of a tone shift, isn't it? You would expect that I would play a Marin game, then try out Zelda game, and then try out other open world games, and then finally I could talk about Skyrim. This game is obviously a must-buy for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, but obviously, like any other multi-platform games that came out at that time, the Xbox 360 version is better, obviously, because it was easier to develop for. So obviously I got the PS3 version. So of course I'd recommend the Xbox 360 version. But if you don't have those ancient consoles, I would obviously recommend the Xbox. The PC version, obviously, there's not any other way you can play this game. But only if you can find it for a decent price, because even though the game is 15 years old, it costs as much as the recent the third party AAA games, or at least €10 less. And you see, there's actually something very interesting about this version of the Skyrim PS. What? Sorry, what? You didn't know that I had a PlayStation 3? Well, it looks like it's another time for story time with the unfunny Afro guy.
You're the one.
I bought my PS3 for €25 at a flea market. But right beside the place I bought my PS5, there was the library. The local library was selling a bunch of old video games, and I bought a couple of Ubisoft games and the big boy, Skyrim.
The box art is really good with its ominous dragon-looking thing here, and its simplicity is what makes it. It's really good, and its Viking aesthetic really helps. It's hard to see, but it's around here somewhere. And trust me, I know what makes a good Viking aesthetic, because I'm from Denmark.
But once us in Europe actually finally got some decent box art, I would expect our box art would look like something like this. Hey, wait a minute. That's the guy from Clash of Clans! Or Clash Royale. If you are Nick, I have one big complaint about this box art here, and that is I can't fucking see it! And that's because I got it from the library. And in the library, the people that use the library are small children. I think there's a bug on my copy of Skyrim. Even worse, there actually once was a sticker on this case. I luckily removed it, although I think I actually have a couple of other games that have that sticker, so enjoy. And since the front of the case only had one sticker, I hope that the same can be said about the inside of the case, so let's check that out. Oh, now would you look at that? Not a single sticker inside. That's actually pretty impressive. Thought they would do worse than this. A single sticker, huh? I mean, a single sticker on the manual. I mean, I thought it could be worse. Can't fucking move it. Shit. Oh God! Oh, it's actually not as bad as I thought. I mean, 2 stickers. I mean, that is. Ah! Okay, no, that's it. I can't take this shit no more. Holy shit! He's fucking dead! What's that? A death note? It says here that it only has 2 wishes. Make the 06 video and talk about Skyrim's case more than the actual game. Well, sorry my dear friend, but I'm sadly not a genius and can only fulfill one of your wishes. How convenient! You know, that shit fit in that little box. How is this? A map? Go. There we go. You know what? I'm gonna put it on my wall. Look better without it. A manual. It has color. I genuinely thought it was color right there for a fucking second.
You can definitely feel that this game was made in the early 2010s because it used the word epic as a selling point. Oh shit, guys! The Hedgehog engine was actually used for something other than mediocrity!
Yeah, there are some reviews that are playing this game on the back of the box here.
One of them looks like that they're from Norway, one from Sweden, and one from Denmark, which is this kooky TV show.
So I could just imagine I woke up one day to see them reviewing fucking Skyrim. And the box wasn't lying.
The game's a fantasy game with dragons, orcs, trolls, Swedes, dwarves, and the whatnot. But who knew that? I mean, we are talking about one of the biggest and highest rated games ever made here. So just this game started off with a "Hey you, you're finally awake" guys saying "Hey you, you're finally awake." And you're getting executed. But out of nowhere, a dragon appears and saves you. Apparently there haven't been a dragon for 1,000 years, and I highly question that because orcs and trolls are going around town and probably banging your daughter. Totally normal stuff, but a dragon?
Yeah, go back to
Yeah, there it is. Go back to Connect them all. Skyrim is just your average hack and slash, block the attack and use magic whenever you want to. Except this time, the loading screens are half decent instead of absolutely terrible.
Is that the map from Skyrim? Skyrim here, everybody. I wonder if that's got no Switch port yet. I actually had to check if Skyrim actually was on the Wii U, because there was a small chance that it actually would have been ported to the Wii U.
Aha! There I tricked you, because there's another thing that makes this game special, and that is it is open world instead of just a linear dungeon.
Look at me like that. Well, that can just use open world as a set you to buy the game. But actually, this is the exact same with the linear dungeon thing. Except this time, it just takes 5 billion years to go from one place to the other. Where the fuck did you come from? Oh, I'm from your closet. Ooh. Anyway, there's not much more to this game, like gameplay-wise, but don't click off the video yet. Or you could. I'm not making any money from this shit, so I don't give a shit. But it would be very nice if you stayed.
With this one mission, I had to go to a dungeon, but then I saw my objective was on top of a mountain. So I used my map to see that I may actually be able to go on top of the mountain from the other side. Although I knew it would take a long time if I just walked, so I explored a bit and found a horse. After riding a bit on my horse, I saw that I was just able to jump over some rocks that were on the way. So yes, Skyrim is also a platformer. Add that to the amount of list that you call this game. Since I'm a fucking moron, I didn't see that it was a big pit, so I jumped right into the pit. Normally, I would die instantly from that. But I was luckily on my horse, so I just barely survived on that fall. After that, I saw a little house, so I used what the game had taught me so far. So I used stealth to steal from this old woman. But when I walked out of her house, acting like nothing happened, until she told me that she was very poor and could barely make by. I felt bad for the poor woman, so I killed her. And then some shit crazy platforming later. And trust me, when I reached the top, I felt like a gamer god. I felt like I cheated the game, which I later found out was actually true. Anyway, on top there was some enemies that for some reason felt way better to fight than the others. That's probably because I felt like I had earned that enemy encounter, because up until this point there weren't that many enemy encounters at all. But then I died because skill issue. Firstly, I found out that the outside was just useless ever, so I thought to myself, well, whatever, I already know the route, so I can do it probably twice as fast now. But then I fucking saw it. Another pathway. So I had spent 15 minutes of nothing. I wasn't upset about that. I was more upset about that the best part of the game was being optional, and most likely not even attended. Speaking of the first dungeon there, the difficulty spike here is insane. Up until this point, the game is pissy if you play by the game's rules, which are, don't attack anything that resembles a village.
because the villagers are too fond of you trying to kill them, so everyone just goes into one big ass group and tries to kill you all at once. And this is probably just me, but when I kill an enemy, I die afterwards, that previous enemy. I feel that the enemy gets stronger, or it's just me that underestimate the enemy after I've already having killed them before. Since we already are in the Skyward dungeons, they are way too long and covered with difficulty spikes as I already said before, and this just makes me think that these are here because of the story more than, you know, actual fun video game. I actually also have a couple arguments of me not having a skill on your show. Argument number one. The game doesn't much use swords. The axe are whatever you can fucking use. So instead the game wants you to use all the magic abilities you have. But here's the issue. They are all brain dead to use. It's just way more fun to use a melee weapon. I remember the same thing happened to Sonic 2. I really haven't played the first one. And that was all my arguments. Thank you for listening. Now, at the end of the day, Skyrim has a really boring aesthetic, and the same with its soundtrack. Aside from its title theme.
Oh shit, is that the Skyrim title theme?
But we've seen this Viking aesthetic before a million times, and I'm not even joking with that number. Except this time, there's Swedish people and shitty looking, what the fuck are even these things? And the Swedes, they look very, how do I say, outdated? Well, this looks a million times better than whatever Bethesda was making in the last game, but let me give you the timeline here. In 2010, we got Fallout New Vegas. In 2011, we got Skyrim. In 2012, we got Far Cry 3. And in 2003, we got Wind Waker. I know that these games are made by the same studio, but still. Wind Waker stays like fine graphically and gameplay wise. If you want something more realistic, then in 2008 we got Sonic Unleashed. Plus, that game actually has an interesting art style, unlike Skyrim.
So, the back of the box may not have lied, but does the front of the box lie? Is Skyrim really a 10 out of 10, a real crow from Game Reactor? No.
Hi there, you're the guy that watched my 12 minute long video, and after making the video, I looked at my Skylander copy, and I found out I had this! A full game download of Skyrim to the Xbox 360! I had just finished my fucking review! Also, I had a Kinect sensor.